Hi there, it's Karen here. Welcome back. And this time we're going to be working in this journal, the Literary Ladies Journal. Very different to my other journal, so it's really nice to have this contrast. So I got this far. I think at the end of the last video, I think I needed to cut these down. I can't remember, to be honest, what I did in the last video. But these pages are all cut to size anyway. And I have a few more things I want to add. But I thought I'd show you this. This is the cover. And if you remember, I think I did it in the video. I can't remember. Did I do it in the video? Cut off the top bit? I'm not sure. Or maybe I just said I was going to. Anyway, I cut it to size, height-wise. So I cut a great lump off the top. And then I've edged it. I haven't done a brilliant job because I'm no seamstress, and obviously it wasn't hand sewn. It's all done on the machine, but I took a piece of this Liberty print fabric, which I've edged all the way along the top. And I've left this as a raw edge here because I want to put some lace along here. Then the either end, I have, this time all I did really to give them that turned in edge, I didn't sew it, I just ironed them in and then zigzagged over the whole thing so that it would hold in, hopefully hold in those edges. This is some of the printed fabric. I thought it went really well on this particular bit with the roses and the roses. So I'm really pleased with how that came out, and I love that. It's just a lovely page, that one. Can I show you what it came from? I think I possibly can. Right, so the original paper is this one. It's like a collage one that she did. It was a freebie, I believe. It's a lovely piece, and so I printed this onto the fabric. I think this is the one. Yes, and it's this piece here. So it's this, the roses, the bit of the tag, a little tag here. This was one I think she gave us a template as well, and you could cut this all into tags, which I haven't done. I still might. And yes, that piece there. So it lines up like that. So you can see printed on the fabric, it's come out really lovely and vintagey looking. Well, this is as well, but there's some more white bits on here. Anyway, so that's that. And then this was another piece of really pretty fabric that I had that I thought went well with this quilted piece as well, with the roses. So that's the cover. So I'm really pleased how that's turned out. I don't know quite yet how I'm going to do my closure, because it's going to be like that and wrap it around somehow. So I need to find some way to hold this closed, but that's something for the future. I do have these really pretty little buttons that I bought at my retreat from Rach and Bella. So I could possibly use one of these. I may well do that. Maybe a couple and wrap it around. I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet, but something will emerge. So that is the cover. And that's still going to be embellished further. I am planning to cover it in a lot more lace as well. Definitely this is a bit plain, so this is going to need something embellishing it, but I really want to put more lace, or some lace, quite a lot of lace on this cover. So that's something for another time. Because I really want to get these signatures finished, hopefully. And I'll show you what I'm going to put, the extra bits I want to put in. So when I was having a quick look through the ephemera pieces that I've made to see what I've got, I've forgotten this. I made this not that long ago. This is a glassine bag with a something or other. Envelope? No. I think it was just a piece of card that I made. I thought it would be quite a nice insert. There's a pocket here. Some of the fabric here, so I ruffled up some of the printed fabric. So yeah, so it's a glassine bag, so that goes, something's got to go in here. I just decorated it up, and I want that to go in because it's meant to be a journal insert. I also pulled out a doily. I thought maybe a doily would go in. And then this morning, I printed off a couple of the pieces onto vellum. So I've got these two. This one is from the Billet Doux kit. It's got the Eiffel Tower on it, and I thought it looked really lovely in the vellum. And this one is actually from her other kit that we've had recently, or one of the kits that I've had from her recently, which is the Journal de la Couturière, which is the dressmaker's journal. And I thought this would go really well in here. So I thought I'd use those two. So I've got the two signatures, so one in each signature. So I've got those. I pulled out this piece of lace. It was white. I've avocado dyed it, and not that one. I wanted to wrap it around this piece of vellum and sew those in together and possibly make this into a little pocket like that. That's what I fancy doing with that one. And I might use the doily on the other one. Put that in together as well. So those are two more inserts. So I need something to go with this. I've got a couple of pieces of my printed fabric I thought I might put in as pages as well. So this is more of that piece that I just showed you that I used for the edging. This is what was left. I just need to cut this white edge off. I might need to cut it down because it's where it caught. Just cut that piece off there. I thought this would make a nice little page as well. And they're nice and thin, so they're not going to make too much bulk. And then this end, I'm going to have to cut that down here because I lost this bit in the printing process. Sometimes the fabric gets caught and turns over, and then you lose a bit of it and it doesn't print onto the actual fabric part. So I'm going to, this is how Rachel cuts hers straight, so I'm going to try and copy her method cutting this piece of fabric. So it gives me another little snippety bit, doesn't it, to use somewhere else. Just get rid of that bit. So I've also got this piece. This is some printed fabric as well. This is one of the backing papers printed onto fabric. So I don't know if I'll use that one as well. Maybe I'll use this piece in one signature and this one in another. Which one seems to be thicker? They're both as thick as each other. Alright, let's find a home for these things and see how they look. So I've got that there, so I don't want that vellum in this signature, so I'm going to make it go into the other signature, which means I need this piece to go in this signature. So let's have a look. Where it might go. Might go in there, mightn't it? How about that? Such a pretty paper, and I think it goes better, in my mind this goes better with this journal than it does with the dressmaker's journal, which I am planning to make a journal with that in due course. It's going to need cutting down, so I think what I want to do, I'm hoping I can do both pages together, is cut it down with my scissors that give me a nice fancy edge. So I'm just going to, no, I think I'll have to do one page at a time, otherwise it's not going to work. I did try it on another piece of vellum, so I should be alright to cut this. Right, so I've just got these two really pretty pieces, which I am thinking I might glue on somewhere else. That would look really nice on this page, wouldn't they? So I think if I were to put that there and put the lace on like that. I do want a lot of lace in this journal, so I could have that like that. There's the middle. There's the middle of my journal. Oh, there it is. You can see that's rather nice actually, that you can see the book page through there. So that goes there, that's going to go there. What else do I need to put in here? I want to put this in here, I think. Or maybe this piece. Maybe this one can go in the other signature. Let's see how this would go in here. Oh, what about here? How would that look? I feel like I'd like something in the middle. Not sure what yet. Possibly an envelope. I'll have to look at the ephemera to see if there's a nice envelope that I can put in, or something in here. So what have I got for the other signature? I've got that, and I've got the vellum, and then I might do something with this, not sure. Okay, so we've put our 2 extra pieces in this signature. Going to be interesting to sew these bits in, but whether I'll glue it in place before I sew it in, I'm not sure, because it could come in skew-if, but then maybe that would be good, be interesting. I will see. So that's that one. There may be a bit more cutting to be done. It's all beginning to stick out a bit more. And then in this one, let's see if we can find a home for that. Maybe this would be good here. It's a bit plain. Okay, that can go there. Sorry, I'm slightly off to the side here, aren't I? I'll get everything in the middle, going off kilter. So there's that one there. Wonder. Be good to get some more blue in here, wouldn't it? Because I've got this piece of blue, but not a lot else that's blue. Oh, look at that. I've got the, it's a different page to the one I printed on vellum, but similar. So, ooh, how would that look there? And again, we've got that bit of script showing through, which is rather nice. And I could make this into a little tuck of some sort, possibly. So that's going to need cutting down as well. So shall I do the same thing? I think I will. I quite like that, just a pretty edge. Right, so I've cut that down, just giving that a pretty edge, and I've got another couple of strips that I could glue on to something just as a finishing touch, so I might use those. And put that in there, that in there, yeah, like that. That is that is my extras so far added in. Now let's see what effect that's had on the overall, on the how far the pages have travelled. I'm just going to use my ruler to kind of tamp it into the middle. It's not too bad. It is sticking out a little bit, but I'm thinking I will probably add lace anyway to some of these edges. Right, so this one is sticking out a fair bit. Both of these two are. Let's see. Maybe I'll just cut those down a little bit and just see how it looks. Check I'm not cutting off any folded over bits. Nope, we're okay. So I'm just going to take off maybe 1/8 of an inch. Okay, my trimmer does not like that last bit, so I'll just have to do that with my scissors. Probably shouldn't have tried to do 4 pages together, but I was trying to get it done quick. Right, let's have a look. And put this inside. Right, now what have we got sticking out? There's a bit of this. These are all sticking out a little bit now, but the one that sticks out the most is the blue. And this has got a fold. So I might just have to fold that a little bit more. And then cover it up with something. I might just fold that a little bit further. Make sure it's not sticking out, because that's the one that really showed up. And then we'll have to just put something on there. That's a bit better. How are we doing? Okay, so we've got a little bit more sticking out. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3 papers sticking out a little bit. So I'm just going to trim those down and then we'll see where we are. Okay, so they're more or less lined up. They might, once I've started adding some lace, you're not going to notice any little bits sticking out, I don't think. So I'm happy with that one. Let's have a look at this one. This one has also travelled out quite a bit. although when you push it in it's not too bad. So the first one that seems to be standing out is this one. So I'll just take that out for a moment. Right, both the signatures are trimmed pretty well okay. I mean, they're not perfect, but when are my journals ever perfect? That's not what we really strive for, is it? It's something that's just pleasing to the eye. And this works for me. So let's start thinking about some lace to add on here. I do like lace down the sides of the pages. Just got to make sure it's evenly spread out. So I have got a few pulled out here. I've got this blue, which I think would actually look quite nice. There's a little bit of blue in this background. I'm wondering whether to do a bit of blue along this first page. I'll cut it and see how it goes. It's very delicate and it goes very well. It's probably quite hard to see. I don't know if you can see little blue flowers in the background of this paper. So let's cut a couple of pieces of this. Cut another piece the same and see where it would go. I think I'd like to do a bit of blue in both signatures because there's a lot of pink, but there is blue and I think it just needs pulling out a little bit more. So let's do a couple more of these, as I have plenty of this pretty blue lace anyway. Some of the blues are a bit more like an aqua, but I'm going to try and stick with this pretty, more of a baby blue. Let's put that. Okay, I've got some quite bright pink. I don't know if I want bright pink. So let's take a couple of pieces and put it with the second signature. So if I'm going to put one on the front, where else can I put one? To be in the back half, won't it? If I want it right, do I want it right at the back? Or a bit further forward? Yeah, maybe I will put it at the back. Don't know, because there's going to be some more lace at the front of, or maybe there won't. I'm just going to put that there for now. We'll see. Not sure yet where these will go. So I'm going to just tuck it in. There. Okay, let's see where we'd like some lace next. Well, I'm definitely going to want to decorate this with something, but I think I might do some clusters or something. I'm feeling like doing some clusters. I haven't really done clusters for a while, so I might come and do that and add some of those. This would also be a good place for some lace. Got this one, but it's really wide. I don't think I want it as wide as this. Now I've pulled it out. Ooh, the blue would look quite good on here, wouldn't it? Maybe the blue would be better on this page. Yeah, I think so. So the other side of that is, what did I attach that to? I attached that to this, which of course it won't go with that. Got to go there. Yeah, I think I'm going to put those there. Yep, going to tuck that in there. Okay. What else have I got here? Got a really pretty one here. I've also, did I pull it out? No. I've got some sort of eyelet lace, but I don't think it would be long enough to do 2 pieces. In the blue, what can we do with this? That'd be good. Maybe there. Let's get another piece. Oh, it's all twisty wisty. Let's try again. So we'll have a piece on here, and at the other end, at the other side. Is that too close to the blue? Oh, it is a bit, isn't it? Okay, let's move it along. Let's move it along. How would that look? And here, that needs a bit of colour on there, doesn't it? Okay, we're going to put some there. And then we will put this one on here. Ugh. It's a bit inclined to catch on things. So we wanted a bit of something colourful somewhere. Where do we want that? Is that on here? Yeah, I think we wanted something a bit colourful, or more colourful than the white. Now I have this quite pretty pink here. It's a bit narrower, which is fine. So we'll have a piece of that on there, I think. And we'll have another piece. Right, so I'll have this piece on here. And this one on here. Then, right, so do we want some of this? putting a bit of that on. Let's have a look. That there. Well, I might put some nearer the front. Put this piece on there. On there. No, not there. I really think I might put some sort of trim. What have I got? Got some trims in here. No? Trims in there? No. Oh, I've got some bits of lace in here. Interesting bits? No. The trims are in this pouch that I bought from Bella at the retreat. Let's see. How much of this have I got? Got some more? Is that all? Thought I had loads of this. I must have some more somewhere. I think I may have just cut myself a piece off. But I do feel it needs something. So I think I'm going to add that there. I've only got a little piece left, but I've got some more in my box. Oh, maybe I won't use another piece. I'll just use that on the front. Okay, so that's going to be on the front. And then I might put some of this lace on the next page. I think that's upside down, so I think I'll just, always hard to say, and maybe that was right. Okay, so that means we need some quite near the back, doesn't it? I might just put that on this piece from there. Or, where's the... It'll go on that piece, won't it? Where's my scissors going? That goes on there. This is only one signature as well. Maybe that's enough for the first signature. Can always add more. Should we do that? Should we glue these on? And then see what we can do with signature number 2. Right, so I'm going to start gluing on these pieces that I've picked out. And I will doubtless speed this process up because it's a bit laborious to watch. So these have all dried now and looking yummy. The last one that I was just putting on before my battery died was this one on the pink. So that's just gone on there. So I think it all looks lovely, and that's a good start to our lacy journal. So let's do the other signature. I have already picked out some laces to go on to this one. So the same blue and pink as I used on the first signature, and then a couple of others, more of an ivory colour, couple of pieces, that one and this one. So we're just going to put those on, and I've also picked out a different trim for the first page. So let's just do that first. So I've got some really pretty velvet ribbon to go right on the edge, and then I spotted this as well, which is like a, I don't know, I think it's a bit of vintage old, really almost like a bit of tatting, isn't it? I just thought it was so lovely, and I thought it would go really well together. So that's what I'm going to do with that. Just going to glue that on there, and then have the bit of velvet ribbon off the edge. So I think I will just, yes, I will use this one. I kept swapping between them because the fabric glue seemed a bit heavy for some of the laces, but necessary for others. Right. Okay, we've got to choose where the others need to go, don't we? Right, I think I quite like the blue, possibly a bit of blue on this one. So let's see what's on the other side. Okay, that can go there. Oops. Nope. Where'd it go? Can go here. Alright, and then let's put something nearer the middle. Something on here. I think the pink. Yep. Pink on there. And on here. Okay. And the pink would be quite nice on there as well, but I think this would look quite pretty. Or I could put, how would that look on here? Put the pink on the lady. That look good there. Maybe that would. And then put the other piece on there. Yep. Okay, we'll do that. And then I'll have a bit of pink on her. Yes, like that. And on the other side, yes, pink on here. Would be good. So that's there. Then we just need to find a place for this wider cream lace. And I think we could put that here. On the other side of that is there. Perfect. Yep, happy with that. So let's put those on now. So I'm just going to do them one at a time on this background so I don't get glue everywhere, and try to lay them on each other so they're not in a position to stick to each other. That's what I did with the other one. It seemed to work. Hopefully by the time I put it all back together it's all dry. So let's try that. Right, that's the last piece of that glued on. I'll have had to speed this process up pretty fast so that I can fit it all into this video. But I'm just going to try and put this all back together. This is the one I'm hoping is not going to glue itself to other things, to the pages, because it's probably not going to be dry quite yet. I just want to see how it all looks together. Actually, this is the middle, isn't it? Silly Billy, silly Billy. It's got to go in the middle. Goes in here. So it'll just probably glue. Hopefully it won't glue to the vellum. It's not actually vellum. I keep saying vellum, but it's actually tracing paper. But it's really quite thick tracing paper. It said on the pack it was 90 GSM, which is a little bit thicker than the thinnest copy paper that you can get. So quite decent quality tracing paper. So plenty thick enough to print onto. Yeah, this is feeling a little bit. Feels a bit wet. There. And that goes on there. Yeah, so they are a bit wet still, so I will, once I've put it together, I might just open this out again and let it dry a bit more. I don't want my pages all gluing to each other. And that's that. I like how that's finished off. So that is the two signatures with all their laces added in. So shall we see now how it looks in the cover? And this is without any ephemera in yet. It's filling up already quite a bit. And I've got less and less flap to fold around. I'm hoping it's not going to be too hard to wrap around when everything's in it. I'm going to have to be a bit careful how much I put in there, aren't I? Made it a little bit thick. Yeah. I may have to take a page or two out, I'm not sure, because I have got a very limited amount of space in this cover. Don't have to wrap it around too much, as long as it wraps around that much. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. My worry is it'll barely wrap, and then it won't look good. So we'll see. It's hard to stop adding things to these journals when you've got such big kits to use. But that's it. That's my video for today. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you can see where this is going. And we will continue next week. Thanks for joining me. Bye for now.